Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Premanandi. Shri Shri Radha Madhav Bhagwan ki. Reading from Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Nectar of Devotion by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. And this is evidence regarding devotional principles. Inquiring about eternal religious principles. In the Naradya Puran, it is said, if one is actually very serious about devotional service, then all of his purposes will be served without any delay. I say again, if one is actually very serious about devotional service, then all of his purposes will be served without any delay. Being prepared to give up everything material for Krishna's satisfaction. In the Padma Puran, it is stated, for one who has given up his material sense enjoyment and has accepted the principles of devotional service, the opulence of Vishnu Loka, the kingdom of God, is awaiting. Worth reading again. For one who has given up his material sense enjoyment and has accepted the principles of devotional service, the opulence of Vishnu Loka, the kingdom of God, is awaiting. Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, chapter entitled Prahlad Pacifies the Lord with Prayers. And today's text is text 9. Manye dhanabhi janarupatapa srutojas teja prabhava balaporash buddhi yoga naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya. Manye dhanabhi janarupatapa srutojas तेजे प्रभाव बल पौरुष बुद्धि योगा नाराधनाय हि भवन्ति परस्य पुंसो भक्त्या तुतोष भगवान् गजयुथपाय. Please chant. Nabijanarupatapashrutojas Teja Prabhav Vaishnavis. मन्ये धनाभिजनरूपतपश्रुतोजस् तेज प्रभावा बलपौरुषबुद्धियोगम् नाराधनाय हि भवन्ति परस्य पुंसो भक्त्या तुतोषा भगवान् गजोत्थपाय मन्ये I consider dhana riches abhijana aristocratic family rupa personal beauty tapa austerity shruta knowledge from studying the Vedas oja sensory prowess teja bodily effulgence prabhava influence bala bodily strength paurusha diligence buddhi intelligence yoga mystic power na not aradhanaya for satisfying he indeed bhavanti are parasya of the transcend parasya of the transcend pumsa supreme personality of godhead bhaktya simply by devotional service tutosa was satisfied bhagavan the supreme personality of godhead gaja yuthapaya unto the king of elephants gajendra. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki. Prahlad Maharaj continued, one may possess wealth, an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yogic power. But I think that even by all these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, however, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. Purport. No kind of material qualification is the means for satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, only by devotional service can the Lord be known. Bhaktya mam abhijanate. Unless the Lord is pleased by the service of a devotee, the Lord does not reveal himself. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita. This is the verdict of all Shastras. Neither by speculation nor by material qualifications can one understand or approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga शिक्षार्थमेकपुरुषपुराणा श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यशरीरधारी कृपाम्बुदीर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णाय भक्ति श्री भक्ति स्वरूपाय गोविंद नामने गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे परतत्व प्रकाशिने Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining us in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. We continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Kindly continue blessing us, encouraging us, and inspiring us in the practice of Krishna consciousness. As we understand our study practice of Krishna consciousness, everything has to be in the line in the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami. And the foundation, that has to be the foundation of our study, of our practice of Krishna consciousness. There are many shlokas like in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Now we call them as, say, textbooks as such, but that is more so to fit it in our conditioned mind. Uh, this is a dialogue spoken by Sukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, and within that dialogue we see many dialogues happening. Suta Goswami, he is speaking to the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Saunaka Rishi, and then some places we find Yudhishthir Maharaj is speaking, Narad Muni is speaking to Yudhishthir Maharaj. Uh, so within this dialogue, there are further more dialogues and all. But as they were speaking, as Sukdev Goswami was speaking with Parikshit Maharaj, say, he didn't start off, okay, this is your chapter 1, this is your text 1. And you have 7 days and we have 12 cantos to cover. So we work it out, we split it out. 7 days, 12 cantos to cover, and 335 chapters I have to go through. So have patience. And 18,000 shlokas I have to go through. No, it doesn't work like that. when that strikes, when material nature that strikes, it won't check anything, only our consciousness at that point in time. Krishna and Arjuna had a dialogue, 700 shlokas, but Krishna didn't say, okay, fine, you have actually started off the first chapter, this is from where you started, let me do the remaining. Now we enter into fourth chapter or fifth chapter sort of thing. No, it doesn't work that way. But something for our conditioned mind to handle. We cannot live without comparison in society. Although a teaching is said that try not to compare, or if you want to compare, then compare yourself with yourself and like that. But we cannot live without comparison. So something for our mind to compare, comprehend, and take. This is why we have been given this category, say chapters, text, and uh, shlokas and translations and things. But each and every translation, each and every Udgar expression in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita is good enough for help us attaining the ultimate perfection of this human form of life. It is completely good enough. And the teachings and writings of Prabhupada, if we see, especially his purports, they are his realizations, tremendous realizations, transcendental realizations from his deep meditation. His heart is there. Now, if we can tap into it and this dialogue. So, Our study of Srimad Bhagavatam also, or overall practice of Krishna consciousness, everyone has their inspiration. There has to be some inspiration, some vision. There's this tremendous Udgar Aradhyo Bhagwan Brajesa Tanayas Tad Dhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajavadu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatradaro Naparaha. Now, wherever we find actually some places in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "This is my opinion." Now, whatever his opinion should be our conclusion. Hmm. And it is Krishna's humility when he says, "This is my opinion." It is his humility. He means it, okay, that this is the Samambonam, this is absolute reality. But Krishna never speaks in a low tone, in a derogatory tone, low derogatory way. So Mahaprabhu also putting forward his opinion. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the evidence, is the authority, is the scriptural authority, spotless Purana. So it contains the historical event, the historical records of Lord Shri Krishna's pastimes, sweet loving pastimes. And what does it bestow? Prema Pumartho Mahan. Lord Shri Krishna, we see in 10th canto, chapter 33, I believe, text 36. Krishna indicates of his appearance. What is the real purpose of his appearance? That Ya Shrutva Tat Paro Bhavet. That karoti me vividham kriya. Manusham deham astita. Appearing like a human like form, and I will appear. And I will perform such transcendental activities, such transcendental pastimes that in Hindi there is a word called Ghanchakkar. Now, if I translate in English, it's like our heads will spin. And that's also not a good translation I'm doing here. But seeing this, yeah, yes. Read translation.
When the Lord assumes a human like body to show mercy to his devotee, he engages in such pastimes as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated to him.
So Krishna appears and he appears for the sweet will of his devotees to give joy to his devotees, and he is having proper picnic with his devotees, proper good fun with his devotees. And no implication, no sense of any implication. Anandam buddhi vardhanam, ever increasing joy and ecstasy altogether. Now, listening to the pastimes of Krishna, we can also develop this desire to enter into those uh, inner chambers of ecstasy. Listening to the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. See the power of listening. Now, those who are into sports, say football, or cricket or some other sport, you know, many times for some reasons people cannot go to the stadium or watch live or even in the television sets, or even if they are watching from the television sets and all. But once you listen to the commentary, once you listen to the commentary, uh, oh, Messi to Ronaldo, Ronaldo to Messi, he's cutting here, he's going there, and this and that's a goal. Just listening to the commentary, it creates such ripples in one's consciousness, heavy ripples. So when we listen to the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna from a realized soul, then the dormant nature in our heart to be ever Krishna conscious will sprout, will awaken, will come about. That is the joy of the soul proper, that is the life of the soul proper, to be ever glorifying Lord Shri Krishna. That is the saturation of the soul proper to be in pure love with Lord Shri Krishna. This is what Prabhupada did. He started off with chanting. He chanted the holy names of Lord Shri Krishna, which is glorifying Krishna. And in the name, everything is there. And his discourses. And today we are here based on his blessings, studying Srimad Bhagvatam. So that is the objective we want to attain by good oral reception, good oral listening. In Nectar of Instruction, Srila Prabhupada writes in the preface how he has captured, there are many ways again to perfect human form of life. Uh, eh, mm, this particular shloka, any particular shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, or where now Prabhupada writes just one sentence in the Nectar of Instruction, that also in the preface. What? Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the mhm, depends on the depends on the attitude of the practitioner. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the practitioner. What makes it 100% in life? Attitude. Believe it or not. Our Dhruv, he's computer scientist, so he can do additions, right? Now, if you add up the letters in attitude, and if you A stands equates to 1, say T would equate to 19, Q would equate to 21. And like this, if you add up all the letters, and you can check it out for yourself what it comes out. But advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the practitioner. Why are we here? The sole purpose we are here is to become a pure devotee of the Lord. This much should be clear in our consciousness by now. Pure devotee of the Lord means nothing less than 100% good attitude, at least on our part. Rest is for Krishna to check out, but that attitude has to be there. Uh, Coming to an attitude of full surrender, full hankering. And in Krishna consciousness, in spiritual realm, some words they have no definition. There's no definition of full. There's no definition of complete. If something is eternal, if something is always increasing, unlimited, growing, there's no definition of fullness in there. There's no definition of completeness in there. But somewhere in my attitude, I have to build up this desire of 100%, no less than 100%. So it depends on the attitude of the practitioner. And this is the attitude Prahlad Maharaj is bringing forward to us. If I read the translation, Prahlad Maharaj continued, one may possess wealth, an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yoga power, yogic power. But I think that even by all these qualifications, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. So it depends on the attitude of the practitioner. Krishna is not hungry for any of this wealth, family, aristocratic beauty, and all. No. The only thing he's hungry is for our love. Our love. And how do we demonstrate that we love Krishna? By engaging in service, by engaging in practical service, by developing a hankering. Serving means what? To serve. Serving is not doing my quota 9 to 5. Say. Service is to bring joy to the beloved, to please the beloved, to make them happy. A small example. See, once a very rich man. He is the owner of uh, this. He supplies water. He is energy companies. mm, he has water company, then he does royalties as well, he does human resource, lots of things, rich man, what not, such diverse portfolio he has. He comes to a sweet shop. He comes to a sweet shop, say in Glasgow. He comes to a sweet shop, and the owner is shocked seeing him. That how come you are here at this sweet shop? What brings you here? The the um, the rich man, he replies, well, I've come here to have what? A laddu, to have a sweet ball. I've come here to have a gulab jamun. What made you here? Why? You know, sir, the water we use in the shop comes from you. The energy we use in the shop comes from you. So much so, the ingredients, sugar you supply, furniture comes from you. Everything, if you see, manufactured by, uh, everything comes from you. So why did you have to take this trouble to come and have just one gulab jamun for 395? Why? What was the need? What made? So he said, yes, I agree. The rich man says, yes, I agree. Everything is I am supplying everything, but the love, the sweetness that you put in this gulab jamun, in this sweet ball, that comes from your heart. And for that I hanker, that I crave. And that makes me come to your shop. That that I don't supply, that you are giving, that I am not the owner of as such, that I am not providing it to you. That sweetness that you pour in that gulab jamun, I come forward for that, I look for that. That is Krishna consciousness. And this is what Mahaprabhu is expecting from us, wanting from us. To add a bit of sugar into our chanting, to add a bit of sugar into our practice of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, nothing as such. Doesn't matter whatever wealth I possess, aristocratic family and all this, no? It won't satisfy the Lord. But what will satisfy the Lord is simplicity, humility, genuineness. Now Prahlad Maharaj is saying Gajendra did this. Who is Gajendra? He is in an animal body. Shri Shri Khoranitai Mayapur Sashi Ki Jai. The sole reason for someone, uh, say, giving class, Srimad Bhagvatam, practicing Krishna consciousness, or uh, inside the temple room or outside the temple room, is to please the deities, is to glorify the deities in such a manner that they start blushing. Why not? That they say, oh, stop it, too much, leave it, stop it. We are here because of deities, no? We are here because of them. They are in complete control. We are sheltered by them. They feed us rather than us feeding them. Say. They feed us. So we are here to serve. We practice Krishna consciousness. Why? To become a servant. The sooner we realize this, the better it will be for us. No other agenda, no other motive. To become a servant. Servant means one who is humble, one who is genuine, one who is willing to serve, one who is not self centered. What is the focus of a servant? The joy of his master, the pleasing the master. Now, in school, college, uni, at work, we see we have to please our, say, managers, boss, and all people at work. But mostly it is observed, it is not out of pure love. There's an element of somewhat fear or duty that, oh, I have to do this. But in Krishna consciousness, fear is a good emotion, very healthy emotion. Uh, but we can appreciate fear only when we are aiming for love. Only when we are aiming for love. So, some attitude we need to build in our practice of Krishna consciousness. And here Prahlad Maharaj is helping me to become simple, simple hearted. Why do we generally like children? Everyone worldwide, right? Children, doesn't matter they are European, American, wherever, we know them, we do not know them, but we like them. Children possesses a simplicity, innocence, a sense of humility, a sense of kind, caring, love, that sense. They are not judgmental. They are not so egoistic in that sense. Quite sweet. So that is what is expected. Who is stopping me from becoming Krishna conscious? Just myself, no one else. No one else is in the way. Me or my mind is in the way. There is no lock in the spiritual realm. The lock is only in my mind. And when I take good association, when I allow myself to be trained in good association, only then I can unlock this. Like we say, hundi is here, na? Donation box. Some Lakshmi is there. People come, put Lakshmi and all. But you know what? We all can see it, but not have it. We all can see it. It's growing, 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 not have it. And trying to break it and have it, it's a very offensive act. Very offensive act. Just the thought of it. How can we have it? Someone who has the key, someone who has the key has got it. And if I know who has got the key, if I can work it out, who has got the key, and then that is a great start. Knowing that yes, this is the person who has got the key. That's a great start. But then, do I still get the, say, the money or the share out of it? No. What do I do? If I can somehow or other please the person, if I can somehow or other gain an entrance in his heart, make a place in his heart, win his trust, then he will lovingly, willingly open the key and give it to me. And then, yes. But what is expected to gain an entrance in his heart, to win his trust, to be loyal, to be faithful? That is expected. So, in our personal devotional service practice, who has got the key? Spiritual Master has got the key. For our attaining uh, Gokul Vrindavan say. Spiritual Master has got the key for our entering into the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. That. But what do we need to do? We need to educate ourselves, train ourselves, humble ourselves, come to that platform that we can win his trust, we can please him, we can serve him. And there is a subtle or a huge difference between trying to please someone and trying to impress someone. We are not here to impress anyone as such. With impressing someone, can there be an element of hidden agenda and all? And we are not here to flatter as well as such. Genuinely please, genuinely serve. And the joy of being called, oh, here goes my servant, he's my servant. Servant sometimes in society can be a bit hard to digest. So take it a good word. Here is my lover. That satisfies that a bit good. No? Here is my lover. So this, and we need to train and educate ourselves. Vitrasura's prayer we see 6:11:22. We see what? पुंसां किलैकान्तधियां स्वकानां या सम्पदोदि विभूमो रसायान् नराति यद्वेष उद्वेगादि मदकलिर्व्यसनं सम्प्रयासम्. What a tremendous Udgar. Dhruv, you want to read the translation? So pumsam kilaikanta dhyam swakanam. What does swakanam mean? What does kilaikanta mean? What does dhyam mean? Karthik? What does kilaikanta mean? Swakana, whom Krishna considers his own. Yeah? If he considers us our own, he won't let us get entangled into bodily beauty, money, post, power, position. No, he won't let us get entangled with any of this sensory expertise, luster, influence, how much you sound good. No, we are not here to sound good. We are not here to look good. We are not here to appear to be good. We are here to humble ourselves. We are here to become genuine servers. We are here to come out of self-centeredness. We are not here for to satisfying my individual agenda, taking in the pretext of Krishna consciousness. No, there are two things. No, one is Prabhupada established this society, called it what? ISKCON. What is the full form of ISKCON? You know, what is the full form of ISKCON? International Society for for Krishna consciousness. So we are here for Krishna consciousness. So that should be always our focus and moods. So and we have experienced ourselves chasing after this sensory expertise, influence, physical strength. All we get is anxiety out of it. We don't find satisfaction out of it. Anxiety only. But when we chase after Krishna, Krishna consciousness is like Krishna chase, and Krishna likes a chase. He loves when he's being chased. He loved it when his mother was chasing after him with a stick. Mata more putre bhave kore na bandhana. Mata more putre bhave kore na bandhana. Ati hi nadi na jani kore lalana. Krishna loved it when Yashoda ran after him, chasing him with a stick to discipline Krishna. So, Mata More Putra Bhave, that the emotion was what? They never felt that, okay, he's God, he's my son, and he needs discipline. So, that personal has to be brought about. Aradhya Bhagwan Brajesa Tanayas. We don't say we worship God, we worship Krishna, we love Krishna. Going even beyond worshipping, we love Krishna. Who is Krishna? He is the son of Nanda. He is the resident of Vrindavan. He is the Brajvasi. Who is Krishna? He is the Gopi Bhartur. He is the maintainer of the gopis. Who are we? We are servant of his servant, lover of his lover. So something on those lines. This is all about building our attitude. And once the attitude is a bit refined and constantly getting refined and all, there's no limit. There's no one is stopping me from becoming Krishna conscious, and no one as such can make me Krishna conscious. It is only I who can make myself Krishna conscious. Lots of help there, inspiration and all, activation is there, but a personal initiative has to be brought about, and I have to check. I have to check myself. What am I here for? Uh, Am I here to humble myself, to become a devotee, to become a servant? And Prahlad Maharaj says, no, like Gajendra did this. So who's Gajendra? He's in animal body. Someone in animal body perfected his animal body. Yeah? Someone in animal body perfected. And he did this. So you and I also can do it. The joy of simplicity, the joy of satisfaction. This thing. We can also prepare ourselves provided we find good association. Okay, on this note, I will take a pause if there are any questions, comments, clarifications. Yes, Karthik. To bring joy to the divine couple, that is our purpose. And for this, we don't need to be any serious to begin with. Like Prabhupada says na, in the introduction, that there are certain things how one can relish Bhagavad Gita, get more out of it. What? At least theoretically understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead to begin with. Hmm? Then associate with devotees and read with an open mind. Open mind does not mean that do not come with questions and just take it for granted. No, but not with a biased mind. Hmm? Read it. And then we can see what is the purpose. The purpose is given manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru from the beginning. Now it is like a in throughout scriptures we will find what sutras codes given us. Now I'm not sure if you guys know or not. In UK and possibly in Europe, you might not be knowing. There's something called as pub hunt. Uh, so pub hunt or pub quiz or treasure hunt. So people go in pubs and there's some quiz they play and there's some instructions, some notes given. Okay, there's some treasure somewhere and some clues are given. And following those clues, you go into getting the treasure. Likewise, what are these shlokas? They are giving us clues. They are giving us instructions. Okay, take this clue here, take that clue there. So ultimate, make this your purpose of life. Make this your purpose of life. No? Human life is a life to live a life of purpose. And what purpose? To please the divine couple. And that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Man Mana Bhav Mat Bhakto. Very clear. Give your mind to me. Become my devotee. Worship me, offer your homage to me. And same is purpose in Srimad Bhagavatam, no conflict in the message. And just on this purpose, on this note, our Kartikeya likes this Bhagavad Gita 246. And we all have our individual capacities, skills, and things and all. That is fine. But as long as we understand Mahaprabhu's needs, then our individual needs will all be met, will all be fulfilled. Once we understand Mahaprabhu's needs and Krishna something on the purpose, what does he say, Karthik, in the translation?
Our purpose is served by a small well cannot at once be served by a big reservoir.
Cannot or can.
It at Our purpose is served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir. Similarly, all purpose of Veda can be served to one who knows the purpose.
And what is the purpose of the Veda? Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridasannivishto mata smritirjnanapohanam cha vedeshta sarverahameva vidyo na 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 vedanta krit veda videva chaham. 15.15, just we can see the purpose. And we'll maybe end with a question if you don't have any other questions. I've got some questions actually. What is the point now? Well, a river can satisfy all our desires, whatever purpose we have got. River, you can wash clothes. Uh, if you go in Thames River, by the side of Thames in London, you can wash clothes there in Thames River. You can fill water there and make rice out of that. You can take that water in Thames River and bring that water, clean your house. All different purposes can be filled. So what a well can do. Likewise, when we take shelter of Mahaprabhu and his devotees, then beauty, aristocracy, education, everything, strength, diligence, intelligence will follow. Will follow. But if we remove God out of the equation, what will follow? Mess. Only mess will follow us then. Karthikeya translation, what does it say?
I prepare everyone's heart from apprehension, knowledge, and wisdom. Follow the Veda and the wisdom. Indeed, I am the provider of wisdom, and I am the giver of wisdom.
So this is the purpose. possibly if it ties in with your question, what is Krishna's purpose there? To know him. That's what Krishna wants to know. Now, if I say I know Jacob, okay, tell me what do you know about Jacob? Yeah, he's 6 feet. He's from Manchester. He's an artist. But that is maybe, yeah, that's good to know. But do I really know Jacob by his heart? What is in his heart? Who is in his heart? So when Krishna says, who knows me? Real knowing is knowing someone's heart, making a place in someone's heart. And this again offer Krishna is giving to us. This clue instruction Krishna is giving to us. And a direct question, Krishna is telling us, I know you by heart. You know, Anna? Krishna is saying, I know you by heart. Jose, myself, everyone. But how many of us know him by heart? And this choice, this opportunity is there in front of us. Does this somewhat answer your question, Bhagavatam? I think we addressed right. That here is the treasure. You were there, right? You listened, right? Here is the treasure. There is the lock. Uh, who has the key? Search out who has the key. Then be patient. Be calm. Control your excitement. It's not like a race against time now. Once we find devotee association, then calm down. Be patient. Before that, one must not be settling down. No, no, no. Yeah? That he has taken to Krishna consciousness, taken to Krishna. And once taking devotee association, what is needed? Train oneself. One needs to be trained. One needs to understand the culture, the etiquette, the philosophy of practicing Krishna consciousness. Develop enthusiasm, and enthusiasm does not mean externally jumping up and all. Uh, Develop a real hankering, an intense greed. You know, water. Sometimes we hear na under river current, underwater current, something like that. What does it mean? You must be knowing. Underwater current, na that on the surface it looks the water is flowing slow, it's gentle and all, but underwater if you go, very powerful, very swift. The current, the waves will push away altogether. So that way is externally fine, but internally we should all be growing all together. So just attending morning program, doing japa attentively, spending some time, living with devotees, serving devotees, and having patience, developing confidence, following the process. When we follow the process and give some time and all, and free ourselves, there's no need to rush. Does this answer your question, Karthik? In one shot, yes, everything is mentioned when we sing Guru Puja also, Shri Guru Charanarati and this. But then now is to prepare now. Why to rush over it? Say just we are on the journey to Krishna, on the way to Krishna. Relish the process. Now again, you guys might not be knowing there's something called as gym, a place where people go to either lose weight or put on weight and all. And many places they write no struggle, no joy, or something like that. Right? If there is no struggle in Krishna consciousness, there won't be any joy. So we need to learn to relish everything, struggle or no struggle. But the agenda should be clear. We are here to serve the deities. We are here to serve Vaishnavas. We are here to humble ourselves. We are here wanting to become a servant. Does this answer your question, Karthik? Okay, thank you very much for your kind attention and listening and kind encouragement. Kindly continue blessing us. As we were yesterday speaking with a devotee and very nice, very true message we came across, someone told us, pure humble soul, that we speak preaching, 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 right? Then someone asked us, you know who needs the most preaching? who needs the most preaching? Then I was informed that it is me who needs the most preaching. I need help, I need the most preaching. So, with this attitude, we come towards devotees. Just a short note. Prabhupada said, when we are in the association of devotees, we should be living like a lamb. Lamb, lamb. Hmm? As in very meek, humble, proper fool. That doesn't mean that we do foolish things, but we should not be thinking, oh, I know. No. And when we are in the outside world, we should present Krishna consciousness ferociously. Again, that doesn't mean, hey, do you get it or not? Not like that. Ferociously means very convinced, very clear, very convinced, very clear. So it is I who needs the most preaching. It was very good to know. And when do I need the most preaching? Now. For how long? Forever. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, पतित पावन शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी।